welcome back. Welcome to Masterclass. You missed my little dance then. I'll give you... This is the dance, because that music, because that always makes me dance like that. How are you all? Have you had a good day? What have you been up to? Have you been taking advantage of all the sales that are on? Have you been looking at our website? Because we've got a fireworks sale on at the moment. So basically, anything that's glittery, sparkly, shimmery, basically anything that I would like is, there's some special deals on there. So have a look under the firework flash sale. You'll be able to see some deals on there. There's also 30% off assorted ink pads, and there's also up to 70% off embossing folders. So do have a look at those. And earlier on we had Countdown to Launch, and we were telling you if you went and had a look and shopped the show, obviously you can't buy any of the items yet, but there is an option for you to notify me, and that will allow you to be notified once those items become available. So we don't want you to miss out at all on any of those. So hopefully that will make sure that you don't miss out on anything. Now, this afternoon's show is a masterclass, and we're doing it slightly differently, because what we've asked you to do is message in and let us know what questions you've got. Just let us know, message in, let us know what you want the wonderful, lovely Craig, who's on the other side of the studio, to answer your questions. It could be about anything at all. Just putting it out there. Anything.
Well, I wouldn't quite say anything.
Why not?
Within reason
anything.
Of like card, paper, vellum, Scoreboard, Ultimate Pro, that sort of stuff.
WWF?
E. Get the F out. That used to be the slogan. When they changed from WWF to WWE, that was the slogan.
Did it really?
It was a good one, wasn't it? Yeah.
What about Gladiators?
Yes, within reason.
Yeah. Fragrances from Yankee Candle Company.
You know, I'm happy to answer these sorts of questions while I'm demoing whatever it is that you guys are wanting to see. But yeah, anything card, paper, vellum, if there's anything specific you want to see. I know, you know, we've touched upon these over the last couple of weeks and months when it comes to some of the shows that we've done. But yeah, there is, and we're going to get started with showing you with one of the paper pads, the beautiful ones, the Amazing Flamingos, how you can create, of course, things such as your own kind of like pyramage, if you've got your nesting dies. They are currently out of stock at the moment, but it's about the paper pads I'm going to show you, although many of you did get the actual nesting die. So we'll do that. We'll have a little play with one of the 6x6s as well, and then just give you time to get any questions into Becky, again, within reason. You know, I'm an open book, but when it comes to demo, within reason, of course, are scoring boards and scoring items.
Fantastic. I'll say a few hellos. Deborah Spencer saying, greetings from Texas. Storms are heading my way. Oh dear, I hope you're all right. I hope you keep nice and safe. Paul says hello from South Texas. And Karen says, good morning, crafty peeps from a stormy Canadian West Coast. Pat saying, hi Craig, Becky, Jan, Super CTV crew and all our crafting friends. Stephen says, good evening, Becky and Craig. Rita says, good afternoon, happy crafternoon.
Stephen! I thought you were dead. Stephen knows. Stephen knows. Can I just say, actually, can we come back to me a second? Can you put the next graphic on for the first show, Jamie? How cool is that? It's the first time I've seen these. That is
You've not seen them before?
Fab. No, I've not seen them. I was at Hobby Maker last week. So not only have we got something super cool, it's Christmas in the studio as well. Yeah, it's quite nice. I love a little bit of Christmas. So do I. Yeah. Love it. Yeah, it's always good. Rita says, happy crafternoon to CTV crew, Becky, Craig and crafty peeps. I really like that. I think that's a really good way of talking about it, crafternoon. Jane says, good morning everyone from Las Vegas. Kat says, hi Becky, Craig, Jan, team and crafties. Just got back from my craft group, only been a few times, and now I'm doing demos. Congratulations. Is that
That's really impressive. Yeah.
Cat Butt Montrose. Yeah. Woo, woo, woo. Well done. And Radical Rachel is asking, what socks are you wearing today? I've got my thick black socks on today, yes. I don't have my ankle socks and I don't have my Beetlejuice socks on. Oh, nice. Anyway, onto a show and onto what we're going to be doing on the show. Oh, can I talk about this? Because we get so. It's like something out of, like, I don't know, a horror movie or something. This is not a new drink, okay? This is not something that Starbucks are going to have. This is for Fill Your Staplers Day. Do you have a stapler that you never fill up? This is your opportunity to fill it up, because we've filled up a cup full of staples, and we'd like you, so I'll pop it there so you can see it.
we'd like you to message in and let us know how many you think are in there. Individual staples, not like the bunches of staples, individuals, and we're going to choose a winner, and the winner is going to get these 2 Violet Studios 6x6 paper pads. So the person closest to the actual amount of staples that are in there. I don't know how many there would be in there. I'd hate to think. So let us know, message in, let us know. And don't get confused, because it is National Candy Day. Don't think they're sweets, because they're not. That would be a bit of a sticky thing to have in your mouth.
It'd be a bit of a sharp thing, wouldn't it?
At least you're having a stable diet. Staple diet?
Oh.
I think that was really funny, actually. Anyway, right, we should get started. So we're going to have a look at the 12 by 12 paper pad collection here. We've got lots in here. The first one I'm going to show you is the flamingo one. I can never say the first word.
Why? You can't say flamazon?
Flamazon flamingos.
There you go, you said it.
I have to stop and concentrate, though, which isn't a good thing for me to do, because I'm not very good at concentrating. Beautiful. As we mentioned earlier on, we have these framed in our green room together soon with photographs of our bathrooms, which we're going to send in.
We are.
These are beautiful. I really love this collection.
I've had an idea.
What?
You could have crafter, what could we put? Crafters at home bathroom gallery. You could email in just pictures of your bathrooms and we'll stick them in our green room. So instead of it just being ours, let's get your pictures in as well.
The more unusual your bathroom, the better. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. So I tell you what, can we get the email address up, Jamie?
Is it studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk? Studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Let us know what your bathroom looks like.
Send us a picture. Or no, send us a picture.
Send us a picture.
Yeah, send us a picture. Jamie will send them on to me and we'll print them out over time and stick them in a green room.
Yeah. Why not? We could put them on the show.
There we go. Do you want to do that? Put them on the show.
Put them on the show.
There we go. Just because it's Monday.
Has anybody actually used this as wallpaper in their bathroom?
I've done it as photo frames in the bathroom.
You've done what?
One of the pads I've framed and put in the bathroom.
Have you? Which one? This one?
Yeah.
This one? In your bath? Oh, yeah, we had this conversation earlier.
Cheesy piece.
Oh! Right, okay. Yeah, so in this collection, there are some others. So we've got the Myths and Legends one here. These are beautiful. With the fabulous goddesses. Everyone wants to be a goddess, don't they? You've got some beautiful pictures in here, lovely imagery in this particular one. Is that a pearlescent one? Yeah, that's a pearlescent, opposite side of pearlescent one. Okay. Now this is what I would like in my living room, because I love these holographic, they're not really paper pads, these are card, these are much thicker, much heavier, but my goodness, look at the glistening colours you get in this holographic pad. All sorts of different designs. You've got spots, you've got hearts, you've got butterflies. Look at those. I mean, they look like they're beating as you move them around. They are absolutely stunning. Possibly might give you a headache if you wallpapered the whole of your house in one of these, but they are absolutely beautiful. That one here, great for Christmas. Look at that. Oh, there you go. Oh, no, that's no good. There you go, that's it. It's always difficult with those lights. And then the final one, everyone loves this one, the ombre glitter pad. This again is so beautiful. Again, really would love this as some wallpaper because you've got so many beautiful colours in here. It's encapsulated glitter card, so you're not going to find that there's glitter all over the house, but it's going to stay on your project. And again, beautiful colours in here. That one's particularly lovely with the turquoise and the pink. Is that true? Is that price really real? For all of these, all 4 pads, basically half price, so you're basically buying 2, get 2 free. So £28.99 or $38.44. The platinum price is £23.19 or $30.75 for all of these. So you've got 108 sheets in total. That is an amazingly good deal. Everyone loves the paper pads. It's always a great opportunity for you to stock up when they're at this crazy price. Craig, which one are you going to be using? The flamingos?
We're going to have a little play with the flamingos here because when we first launched our Nest and Dies, Now, I know at the moment they are out of stock and they will be back in stock, but you'll be able to do what I'm doing with other forms of nesting dies. I showed you so many ways, and thank you so much for all the lovely feedback on the day that we launched these with everything that I showed you. I did talk about, of course, how you can create your pyramage and your pyramount, all these different ages when it comes to building up the depth, and I thought let's show you that when it comes to the nesting dies, and you can do it with any of them, but what we're going to do, I thought, well, let's take the rectangle ones because it's going to be a good one to actually frame the flamingo and then actually build it up within the different sizes of the dies, so that's why we've gone for the rectangles. So going in, no one's used the rectangles as of yet, so open these ones up. Now what I have got is I've got a 5x7 card blank, and then I have got some black card here. So let's have a look. So the largest die when it comes to the rectangle is 6x4, which is actually fine. That will give us a nice white matting layer all the way round. So we can have a look, and in actual fact that's going to be a beautiful fit. It would also be, actually that's really
nice, isn't it?
I like that. Yeah. Let's go for that one instead. So what I'm going to do, Becky, is just as a rough cut so I can lift it up, I'm just doing a little bit of a pencil line so that I can then just roughly cut along, or you could of course use it with your guillotine and just cut away. So now we've got the section that I'm wanting to have a look at when it comes to the paper pad here. So that's the largest die that we are going to be using. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come one down because I can use this for my black to give me a black matting layer. So let's go one down here, and then we're going to go in with our low tack tape, and then we can just press that into place by sticking that together. So let's pop that one down here and then down here. What I'm also then going to do is let's do this on my plates to start with. So we're going to start to build up. Now you can decide how thick a layer that you want your pyramage or your pyramount. So let's then go in. So I could go with the next layer down. So that's going to give me a finer frame, but we're going to lift that on foam pad. So it's maybe a little bit of too finer frame. So maybe let's go 3 in. And so let's try 3 in. Let's try another 3 in. And then let's try another 3 in. Like
so that's going to be a little bit like that card that we saw earlier, and we were saying how cool that looks, where you've got different sections.
Yeah. But what we're going to do is we're going to lift this up in foam pads. If we could get this blasted die out, we're going to then be positioning it into place.
Shall I help you, because I've got nails?
I've got nails too, but let's take... I have to be careful because this is my foam pad nail and it's insured for millions and millions of pennies. So there we go, there we are, we got it out in the end. So this is where, yes, we're using the rectangle, you can use whichever shape.
Yep.
And at the moment, if you're thinking, I'm not quite sure where you're going with this, Craig, it will become apparent just shortly. So I'm going to layer that first one in. We're then going to do the same again, so let's bring my tape in. And they don't have to be equal in layers. Can you see that one's a little bit thinner than that layer there? Now, of course, if I want to make them equal, then I'll just go back and take the next size nesting die. But I like it that it's a little bit different on shape and layers. And then we're going to take another one again. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get that central. And I like it central, but by the end result, what you'll see is that you can go completely off-piste if you want there, Becky. So you could have them that they're at different angles. The Paramount effect is still going to be exactly the same. It's just going to give you a different shape.
Yeah.
So what we can then do is make sure that's nicely pressed. I think that's pretty much close to being central. And then we're going to go in with our frosted shim. I'm not going to go in with my magnetic shim. And let's hope we don't have the same issue that we did earlier on with Countdown to Launch. But we do have our new plates here. New plates, straight edge dies. It's going to make that noise, don't worry. So as that one then comes out, what we've got now is we're going to have different sections. So I'm going to move that one out of the way. Let's put it onto my white card at the moment. So I'm going to lift these ones up, and then I'm just going to carefully prise these into place. So let's take each individual layer. And whether you're using the circles, whether you're using the hexagons, the octagons, it does not matter. The same concept stands no matter what shape you're using. You're just going to pop them into place and just decide the shape of their actual nesting dies. Let's go in with our next one, like so. And then that is now essentially, that is back to the full image that we had, Becky, but we've got the cuts in there.
Yeah.
So what I'm then going to do is go in with, you can of course, because these are 6mm increments, we can use, so for instance, this one here, we could cut the next size up in black card, and then the same with that one. The next size up in black card, same with that one, and then same with that last one. But even although these are like 5mm increments, I really only want a very, very small black matten layer, a very, very thin black matten layer. So I'm going to do all these individually, and then I'm going to trim them on my guillotine. So I'm going to place these onto my black card, like so, and each of these layers with my guillotine, Becky, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim them so that they've just got a very, very fine black matten layer.
So not even your 1/4 of an inch that you would normally have,
No.
just a sort of, you know, a scant amount.
I just want a teeny, teeny, tiny bit of a black matten layer. And you'll see why, because it looks really, really smart, but you don't want too thick a coloured layer because then it distracts from the main image itself.
Yeah.
So you just want to make sure that you've got a small one. I'm telling you, everything's out to challenge me today, I'm telling you. Let's go and let's take...
I think it's my fault because you went out in the break and helped me, didn't you?
Well, I did, but...
Yeah.
I don't mind doing that. It's absolutely fine. Give me a chance to nip to Asda first.
Oh.
So I don't need to do
I thought it was all about
afterwards.
me, but quite clearly it's not.
Well, I did. I wouldn't have gone to Asda if I didn't have to nip home and pick something up for you.
I do appreciate it, Craig.
That's all right.
I wanted
no
to
problem.
publicly thank you.
You're welcome. Although I did involve me having to go into the loft, and I thought...
Oh, did it? Do you know what? I did think that. I think Benny doesn't have that exactly what I want immediately to hand.
Nope. It was with all my Christmas stuff, and I thought, do I just bring down my Christmas stuff
While
now?
you're there.
And then I thought...
I would have been doing that.
Well, maybe I'll just give it another week or so.
What's the first thing you put up when it's Christmas?
Sorry, what was that, Becky?
What's the first thing you put up? The tree?
So yes, so the main tree is, my main tree in the living room is what I put up first. Mm-hmm. So I put that tree up and then I work around the tree. So I'll put the other kind of ornaments and that up in the living room. I always start with the living room. Mm-hmm. So if I do get a little bit tired of that, need a little bit of a rest, then at least I can do it in the living room where everything is up and decorated.
Do you decorate in every room?
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
I'm going to limit it this year because it was a lot of work last year and I was knackered. So I think there's some bits that I were just a little bit OTT and I thought I really didn't need to do that.
What, the Christmas tree in the bath,
well,
that kind of thing?
In the landing and in the kitchen as well.
You had a Christmas tree in the kitchen?
Yeah.
This year I'm going to have a sequin wall in my kitchen.
Oh yeah?
Yes. I'm determined to have a sequin wall in the kitchen. Very similar to the one from birthday.
Like very similar or like very, 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 like very similar, like it's gone missing similar?
No, I haven't taken it, but I am going to get one just like the one I had at birthday in my kitchen. But I don't think it can be in my kitchen very long, but I thought it'd be quite nice when people walk into the kitchen, they can stop, pose, and then carry on walking.
They do that in your kitchen anyway, don't they?
Well, yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, is that before or after that you're laying on the ground watching the clouds go by from the skyline?
I don't lie on the ground. I lie on my kitchen table.
Sorry, yes, your kitchen table. My bad. Get it right,
yeah,
Craig.
So there's I've got a sort of skylight kind of thing in my kitchen, and I like to lie on my kitchen table and look up at the skylight and see all the clouds. But everyone thinks it's a little bit strange. But I did send Nicola a picture or a video, and Nicola did say...
No, you sent it to me too.
I think we sent it to everybody.
Yeah, you sent it, and yeah, I'd rather watch paint dry, but that's just me.
Oh, do you not like lie on the beach and like look up at the sky and look at the clouds moving
Yeah, but I've got
across
like a pina colada in my hand and it's roasting hot or
What, so you
something
can
like
only
that.
appreciate clouds when you're a little bit tipsy? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, when it's roasting heat, that's when I appreciate it. Not in my own country.
Wow,
Well,
you're missing out, Craig.
I do think it's cool sometimes, you know, you're walking, or yeah, maybe walking, or if you're driving and it's a cloudy night or a cloudy day and you see all the fancy shapes. But, you know, to lay on a kitchen table, just looking up to the skylight.
Is it comfy to lie on my kitchen table? I do lie on a bed of cushions on my kitchen table. It's very relaxing, actually. I quite often fall asleep.
Is that before or after a little beverage, Becky?
It's quite a big kitchen table. It's not one of the round ones. I think that'd be quite dangerous. Can you imagine falling asleep?
Gosh, it'd be like that game show, The Wheel. You just going around, spin the wheel.
I think I would be very sick if I went on that show.
The wheel, it goes like 2 miles. Not that I watch it, because I'm not a big fan of Michael McIntyre, but...
I like Michael McIntyre. No, I couldn't do it. It would make me feel ill. But everything around you's spinning, isn't it? It's like, if you're in the middle and you're playing, it's almost like you've had too many tequilas. But if you're one of the people on the outside, one of the celebrities, you're just going to get really sick, I would have thought. Was Sarah not on it?
So, yeah, but because obviously Sarah being a celeb, she was spinning on the outside, wasn't she?
I'm going to ask her if she got sick spinning around.
Yeah.
It would make me ill.
Yeah, I didn't see that episode.
Well, quite often I'm out on a Saturday night. So it is a Saturday night, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now look at that as we start to build
Perfect.
that.
I
How
really
smart
like
is that? Now, this is what I meant by, yes, you could use the next size up of the nest and die. However, Becky, that
Yeah, it's too
really
much.
fine black matte layer, who would have thought that I'd be saying even a 5mm layer of nest and dye could be too much, but it can be, whereas just a very, very fine cut from the guillotine just adds in that little bit of detail. And what's also happening is it's not taking your eye away from the image. If anything, it's enhancing it and it's pulling it in more. So it's a really funky way of doing it.
Why have I never seen anyone do this before?
It's quite a cool way.
It's really cool.
It's really, really smart. Really, really smart. And then the other thing that you can do, can I do it? No, I can't do it just now. But the other thing that you can do, Becky, is, see all these bits here? See if you got them, so it's literally like a frame. You can do it backwards. So you can do that one, then that one over the top, and then you see through it. Then that one over the top. Now you will have bulk. You will have bulk because you're adding foam pads, even if it's just a couple of mil, and then that one over the top. So instead of it towering upwards like that, you're actually looking into it. You're tunneling in instead of tunneling up. So there really is lots and lots of other ways in which you can use nest and dies with your pattern papers. Yeah. And the foam pads I'm using, that are quite thick. I think they're about 4mm ones. But if you were to use just thinner ones, then you're still going to get that bit of lift. That little bit of black is still highlighting it. It's creating that Paramount effect. It's not taking anything away. And in actual fact, I think the black works really well with the pinks and the fuchsias that are in this jungle colour. But if we take...
I'm so going to do this when I get home.
So it's really, really worthwhile doing. And then all that you're doing is you're just matching your pattern paper to where it's been die cut from. So you can just see the tip of the flamingo is still in flow together. The only difference is that we've got a couple of thin black mats and layers. So we're just layering that onto it. So round the neck, still got that flow. Round the body, still got that flow. And then we can come in with the last one and then pop that into place. And you've still got that flow all the way around. So you're not losing anything from that image. And although that's pattern paper, Becky, that could be a stamped image that you've then coloured out or coloured in if you want to. So you can do it with anything, pattern paper, stamped images that you've then coloured in. You could do it with acetate, although just watch because of course you'll see the adhesive. But whatever it is, you can use that, use the nesting dies in the same way, irrelevant whether it's a circle, whether it's a square, hexagon, octagon, the ovals, all done in the exact same way.
That looks incredible. Really, I've never seen it done before. I'm really loving that. Stephanie says, I love this technique. I do too. PB Brewer Martin says, I love the colours in the flamingo paper. Jen says, I don't know why we're counting staples, but I'll play along. The reason you're counting staples is because it is Fill Your Staples Day, or Stapler Day. So count how many are in there, not literally count, but guess, and message in. The person that gets closest to it will win these two 6x6 Violet Studio pads. So that's why. It's not just for fun.
So is it individual staples or is it the individual staple blocks?
Yeah,
that we're
no,
seeing?
individual staples.
Individual staples.
So to give you a little, so like that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's probably 8 or 9. Oh, I dropped that. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 in that little bit there. Okay? Give you an idea. It's not a new drink that Starbucks are bringing out. So I'll just pop it over there.
Oh, don't say that.
Kirsty D says, the first thing I do is put up a Christmas tree in a week before. The first thing I put up is a Christmas tree a week before I decorate it so the cats get used to it. Oh, that's quite a cute idea. Rita says the first thing she does is decorate her mantle because many times it's as far as I get. Carol says the door wreath and support poinsettias are the first decks we put at the house. We travel a lot during the holidays. Sometimes that's all I do. Jen says, I'm ready to decorate for Christmas, but do I start early because I put up 9 trees? 9?
Can we go back to that one about putting it up early for the cats to get used to it? I don't
First thing I put up is a Christmas tree a week before I decorate it so the cats can get used to it.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that bit. Before you decorate it. I thought you just meant that you put the tree up a week before you'd usually do it for the cats to get used to it. And I'm thinking, well, what does it matter? It doesn't matter when you put it, but before you decorate it, got it.
So I read that as in, she gets the tree, she lies it down and decorates it and lets the cats play with it, and then eventually she lifts it up, right?
Yeah, no.
That's probably
even I didn't think of that.
Kirsty. Oh dear.
I might put mine up this weekend just so you
can be the first.
The postman can get used to it.
Stephanie says, Craig and Becky, you're a great team today.
I had quite a few comments over the weekend when I posted that social post saying we were back together today, and you were like, yes, I love it when you're both on together.
Together.
La 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 la. We're back together.
Oh yes, yeah. That was something that came up last week. So Debbie and myself were referred to as the female Ben and Craig.
Oh, yeah. What a compliment for you both.
Who's who, though? This is what I want to know.
Oh, well, you're definitely Ben with all the bad jokes.
Oh, rude. You've got some bad jokes as well.
Yeah, I am one big bad joke.
I've got a question. Question. I remember this is your opportunity to ask some questions. Let us know what you want us to demo. Jane says, Craig, if you could only have one set of nesting dies, what shape would you pick? Christmas tree shaped.
Oh, that is a really good question.
Hearts, surely.
It's probably, if I had to pick one, I'd probably say circle. If I was allowed a second, I'd probably say star.
Oh, not a heart. Not hearts for me.
No, because, well, I've not really needed to use them lately.
Right, I'm going to go back to work. Right, 6x6 paper pads. We've got another deal for you. 4, again, like we did with the 12 by 12. The first one we've got is the Myths and Legends one. This is a smaller version of the 12 by 12 that I showed you earlier. Pearlescent cards that you've got here. Beautiful designs, all those Greek gods and goddesses. You've got all those kind of imagery that you associate with some ancient Greek, ancient Rome, temples, columns, statues. Absolutely beautiful collection that you've got in here, really pretty designs as well. I particularly like that one. I think that has to be one of my favourite ones. So that is your Myths and Legends. You've also got Thankful and Blessed, which has got some lovely colours in here for this time of year. Beautiful plaids in oranges and greens, browns, lots of kind of pumpkin type colours as well that you've got in here. This is a really pretty collection and actually really useful for mail makes, as we would call them, because of the colour schemes that you've got in here. So again, very pretty 6x6 paper pad there. This next one is Jingle All the Way. Doesn't have Arnold Schwarzenegger in it though, which is disappointing.
Cookie down.
Like this one, this is really pretty again. Really kind of traditional colours and traditional imagery for Christmas. So you've got some plaids or some tartans. You've got jingle bells featuring on all sides or one side of each of these pages. Really pretty designs again, but all of those traditional colours, frosty greens, golds, reds and greens in that one. And then this one is the Sheena Day of the Dead one, which is beautiful. The colours are joyful in here. Beautiful images of the Day of the Dead. Lots of florals. You've got some of those kind of masks. You've got patterns in there as well. Really, really pretty designs in that one. Price for all 4 of these, all 4 6x6, you've got 132 sheets in total, is £11.98 or $19.96. Platinum price is £9.59, so I can't see, that's too far away, or $15.67. $15.97. This is another half price deal. I'm really sorry, because it's so far away and it's in a lighter colour, it's harder to see. Yeah, if I can move the TV screen a little bit closer, I'd be able to see what's going on. I might do that in the break when no one's looking. Don't worry, Jamie, it'll be fun. Craig, what are you going to do with these? Right,
Let's go in with the Thanksgiving one. Now, I've taken 2 of the 6x6 sheets that we can see here. So both exactly the same, 6x6. And essentially what we're going to do is exactly the same on both of them. Now, I've got my scoreboard. I'm going to go onto the box lid side. That is irrelevant. It doesn't matter.
What was that?
Did you just miss that?
What? What did you do? What did you do?
Look at your screen.
My screen?
Look at your screen.
Oh, thank goodness for that. Thank you.
Sorry, in case you're wondering what I mean, the actual detail, the small prices that you see at the side on the screen that we see, can you do it onto our side, Jamie, just so the viewers can see? Are you able to do that?
It's not the right price. It's not.
It's just to give you this. What he's done is, bless him, he's blown up the price so that Becky can see it a lot clearer. That's just what we were laughing at there. Yeah, so all that I've gone in with my scoreboard. So I've gone onto my box lid side. So we're just going to place that in here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to then score at 1.5 inches. So scoring at 1.5 inches, we're doing it light, and then we're going to be doing it often. Now, I'm going to make it easier for myself. I'm going to turn that around, and I'm also going to score that at 1.5 inches. So once we have done that, we're going to turn that one around, and then we're also going to score at 1.5 inches. So we're just going to then score lightly, and then when it comes to the top, we're going to score at 1/2 inch. So the top is 1/2 inch, the left, right, bottom is 1.5 inches. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just fold that in. So this is going to make a small little Diddy gift bag that's 1.5 inches in depth. So we're just going to fold these ones over like so. And then if I fold that in, and then this will be the base. So we're going to do the same again. So I'm just going to make sure that I've got these running the right way here. I like to think it's quite important so that the front and the back, the designs are running in the same way. So because this is the top here, let's just repeat that. So let's pop that as the top. This really only matters if it's an image or if it's a design that's flowing in a certain direction. So we're going to go into the left-hand side, 1.5 inches, turning it around just to make it a lot easier for myself. We're going to go at 1.5 inches, and then along the bottom is 1.5 inches. So each step there, both pieces exactly the same for now. So I'm just going to fold these over, giving them a burnish. So along the score lines, really is a big helping hand to do it lightly and then a few times. So it makes it easier to actually fold in. So let's give that a really good burnish all the way around and then along the top as well. So we've now got two that are scored exactly the same way. So what we're going to do within one of them, where you've then got that little square in the bottom corner, we're just going to come along and we're going to chop that out. So we're going to go up to the score line and then along, and then we're going to do the same within this one, up to the score line, and then we're just going to just make sure I can see the score line because we've got all these strips here within that plaid. And that is what one of them is going to look like.
Okay.
The other one, what I'm going to do is, just to make it easier to show you, I'm going to cut up that score line, but what we're doing is we're just going to take a little angle that way and then that way. And then we're going to do the same here. I'm just going to cut up that score line just so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to then cut into there and then into there. So other than the base, everything is done in the exact same way. So then we're going to come along with our tape runner, and then we're going to turn that one around. So this one, what we can do is where we've taken out the little notches, we can stick that over the top. So let's add our tape or your glue, depending on what it is that you're using, your preferred adhesive. And then I'm going to stick that into the middle. I'm just going to make sure though it's lined up the best I can get it. So once I've got it the way that I want, we're going to press that one in like so. And then just while I'm here, what I'm going to do is I'm just folding that top over, and then I'm doing the same here. And then I find it easier if I just join them together, like so. And then I can see here and here is where my score lines are, just in between my fingers.
Okay.
So what I'm going to roughly do, and this is just roughly, and I'm using my glass mat as like a little visual. I'm just going to do just a couple of pencil dots. Again, I'm just going to make sure it's all aligned up. Then I've got a hole punch, and then I'm just going to punch a hole, and I'm doing it through the front and the back at the same time. So they're both going to be in the exact same position that they need to be, he says. I'm a little bit out, so let's just do that again. We've got, that's the only thing, when you use papers that are full of lines.
Difficult to see.
That's it.
Yeah.
So there we go. We're just going to ignore that one for now. And then what we can then do is like start to treat this as if we are making a box. So we're going to add our tape along the bottom of the tabs, and then we're just going to then fold that one in along the bottom. So we're just going to go in at that 90 degree and give that a press. We're going to do the same into there, and you don't need to even stabilize the base because these are 180 GSM.
Yeah.
So that's giving you 180 GSM, 180 GSM plus the little tabs are 180 GSM. So you've got good stability there in the base. So it's not as if you need to worry about adding extra thickness of card. And then what we can do is then we can do the same again. So down these sides, we're going to be adding our tape. And then we're going to come in with our tape down that side. We're just going to secure that along the top. Let's form that into here. So we're just going to then bring that in, cross over and press. So I'm going to go in just with my scoring tool and give that a good burnish. We're then going to cross that one over. So just turn that in the position that's comfortable for yourself. And then we're going to then press that one in. If you wanted to do a score line towards the bottom, so going all the way down to maybe about 1 inch. You can do that, but it's also easy enough just to press in yourself to create that little gift bag. And then let's just go in with some ribbon. I'm just going to thread and tie some ribbon, and then using one of our scoreboards and the 6x6 pads, that's us then created our own little gift bag.
That's gorgeous. I like that. I've got a few questions.
Yeah, go for it.
One of them is, Craig, can you put embossing powder onto any wet substance?
No. No. It needs to be onto like a tacky surface.
Okay.
So it needs to be something such as your watermark ink pad. Because if you put it onto something like a white glue, your tacky glue, all that will do is you won't actually melt your embossing powder. You'll start to melt, bubble and burn your tacky glue.
Right, okay.
And same with your, well, I'm going to go back on what I said there. Yes, there is one other one, that's red liner tape. So red liner tape, although that is technically that is a plastic, it's a heavyweight, strong plastic. So you can use your red liner tape, put that whichever way that you want, use it however way you want, and then sprinkle your powders on and you can melt that. But the other adhesives, no, you're going to have to keep it with your watermark ink pad or going with your red liner tape, because your other forms of adhesive, as I said before, what it'll do is it'll melt it, it'll bubble it, and then it will burn it.
So you could use red liner tape on heat-resistant acetate and emboss it?
Yep.
So that could look really cool, couldn't
Absolutely, yeah. As long as, the two things, as long as it's red liner and as long as it's heat-proof acetate. Absolutely, yeah, you can do.
Brilliant. And that was from Laughing Gravy. Diana says, Craig, what's the difference in gaps between the new nesting dies and the old nesting dies? Do you know off your top of your head?
Yeah, so the old ones were 1/4 of an inch on all sides, whereas these ones are 5mm now on all sides. So what, if I just bring that in for now, so what you had, see how here, so although we were saying there were 1/4 of an inch increments, this is our older ones, it was actually a full 1/2 inch of gap left, right, top and bottom, whereas now it is true 5mm, so it's only 1/4 of an inch. So it's a lot smaller, a lot thinner, and I don't want to go off piste here because I know I'm still doing this project, but this will be the best way. So Becky, the best way to explain this,
it's like every other one's missing?
Every second one. This is what our other nesting dies and Matt and Laird dies were. Like so, if I take that out, that's what our other ones were. Whereas now, we've now got these true additional smaller increments that we can then play with. So visually, that is the best way to describe the difference between these and the older ones.
Brilliant, thank you. Thanks for
Welcome.
that. Anyone else, if you've got any questions, please do let us in. And any requests for demos?
Yes, please,
is there anything
let us know.
that you, perhaps you've got something at home and you really want to know how to use it? Lots of people are talking about vellum. I think vellum is always one that most people are a bit concerned about, a bit wary about using. Dahlia says, how do you add glitter?
How do you?
Add glitter.
Add glitter. Yeah, that's a good one. Do you know something?
Carefully.
Other than your watermark ink pad, so what I referred to a moment ago with your embossing powders, that's really the only form of sticky adhesive that you can't use for glitters, because it's not actually a tacky, sticky pad. It's like a light tack. I know that sounds a little bit strange, but the watermark ink pad isn't tacky enough for glitters or beads or anything like that. It's just for a powder to sit on, hence why your powder creations work with them, your embossing powders work with them. But your glitters, it could be dry adhesives, wet adhesives, tape runners, red liner tapes, tacky glues, it could be your blue tape writing pens, all of these. There really isn't an adhesive, other than the watermark ink pad, there really isn't an adhesive that you can't use to form and use your glitters on, so hopefully that helps.
Brilliant.
But then
Thank you very much. That's gorgeous.
Little gift bag that you can then pop whatever you like in there.
They'd look really good hanging on the Christmas tree. They're just the right size, aren't they?
Yeah, they would, yeah.
Like that idea. We Keep your messages coming in and any questions that you've got. I know lots of people were liking what you're using. Wendy says, what a body tartan and such a pretty design on reverse. And Diana says, thank you, Craig. That's brilliant. I did order all the new nesting dies. I'm really happy that they're closer together.
Yes.
Yeah, they do make a difference, don't they? We're going to go for a quick break, give you the opportunity to check out your baskets, and we will see you in a couple of moments.
My day-to-day life is pretty busy in work. Literally, I get in the door, I check my polls, I then check what I've got to demo, I then get everything ready, and it's just busy, busy, busy from there. I have a meeting with the producer, the director, we get then sorted for the shows, talk to the presenter, and it depends what side I'm on. I mean, sometimes I'm doing the presenting side, sometimes I'm doing the demonstration side, and I love both. It's actually who I get to work with. That's, yeah, I can't say no more than that other than anybody that works here. We are a big family. We're so super friendly. I love Ben. I love it when we work together. And I don't mean that I don't love anyone else. It's the fact that Ben is the presenter and then I'm demonstrating and we just have this great rapport. Same with Craig, same with Deb, same with the whole team. So yeah, the best part of the day is just getting to work with the best people in the industry. Oh, a night out. In the morning. Oh, none. I only drink water. Oh, well, I'm cutting out sugar, so it's got to be savoury. Masterclass. Oh, I can't leave the house without my lipstick. Oh, I love a baked potato. I relax, so I literally drive home normally and then I relax.
Back to you a little bit quicker than we thought. Not an opportunity to make a cup of tea. Lynn Harvey says, fab little gift bag, Craig. Could you share the measurements and instructions on your Facebook page, please?
They're already there.
Oh.
You'll need to scroll back maybe a couple of weeks, but you'll find them already there.
Okay, lovely. I'm just looking for my next item. Oh yeah, sorry. When the breaks aren't as quick as we were expecting, or as long as we were expecting, we have to rush off. So these, we're going to talk about vellum. And we know that lots of you buy vellum and perhaps are a little bit reluctant to use it. I'm the same. I never quite worked out what I should be using it for. It smells really nice, it looks really nice, and I don't want to use it. But that's often the case. So we've got two vellums here. We've got the honeysuckle collection. As with all of the vellums, they are absolutely beautiful. They really come into their own once you've got them with some white paper behind them, because you can't really see the full extent of the colours, but you can see there. This honeysuckle one is lovely, beautiful colours. Lots of honeysuckle designs in here with those beautiful colours in the background, purples, pinks, yellows and greens. They're 150 GSM, they're all 8x8, and you're going to get 24 pieces in these. So that's the honeysuckle one. This next one is the Day of the Dead one, which again is absolutely beautiful. You've got 4 sheets of each design. I mean, they're just, look at these. They are absolutely fabulous. Really, really pretty designs in here. Lots and lots of colour, lots of beautiful imagery. Once again, 8x8, 150 GSM in 24 pieces altogether. So the deal that we have at the moment, you're going to get one of each of these. The price is £9.99 or $12.99. Platinum price is $7.99 or $10.39. Craig, you were doing a little bit of a dance over there.
I was just stretching my legs and my back there. I
Okay.
was just going like that, just stretching it, because I've been standing all day, apart from when I was in the car when I nipped home to get what you were needed. And Asda, of course. Can I get some of the honeysuckle vellum, please?
Which one? Any colour? Can I choose?
Maybe a mint.
A mint.
Mint.
Ooh, mint. Ooh. Ooh. I don't get to choose, no. Which one's mint?
Well, the one that's kind
I'm
of like
going
a
over here.
minty colour.
Well, I don't know, that's sort of spearmint.
Well, I would say that's kind of maybe teal or turquoise. And that one's... Actually, no, you're right enough. That's be more... Yeah, there we go. We'll go for the mint one. Right, let's go ahead. So let's show, one of the main questions that always get asked about is how, of course, do you then attach the vellum to your cardstock or, of course, the project that you're doing. It's a little bit of a cheat way. It's about hiding the adhesive. So whether you do tiny little dots of glue, maybe putting gems or pearls in position, or, of course, it's just about maybe you've got your topper or your sentiment, and then what you've done is you've actually attached your vellum underneath and you're hiding the adhesive with said topper or sentiment. So if we go in, I've got some white cardstock here, and then we're going to, let's just score this. Let's do roughly about 6, or let's do 5 and, or let's do 5.5 by 5.5, so that we've got a card. So if I just chop that up, I'm just going to go all the way around just to make it nice and even. So it's a 5.5 by 5.5. So let's do basic mats and layers to start with. So if I come in with a bit of black card here, I'm going to do, of course, we could use the nesting dies. I'm not going to because we don't have them in stock. The reason I used them at the start of the show was to show that concept with, of course, the pattern paper. But let's go in. So we've got a nice little mat and layer there. Let's come in with the next one, which we're going to do is, what did I do that one? 5.25. So let's do 5 by 5. So the white is 5 by 5, the black is 5.25 by 5.25, and then the actual card blank is 5.5 by 5.5.
Perfect.
So we've got our mats and layers here. So let's go in with that beautiful vellum. So I'm going to cut this, Becky, just under, a few mils under the 5-inch mark.
Okay.
So we've now got that, which
So
can
pretty.
sit nicely. So even your vellum on a bit of white with a black matte layer is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
That's all you need, with maybe a little sentiment. Maybe when they launch the vellum strips on a bit of cardstock.
Yeah, good idea.
That would be nice. So what I'm going to do actually is, let's just give myself a little bit of a thinner black matte layer. Just think thinner one would look even nicer. So we're going to pop that onto there, which then can go onto our card blank that we can see here. So if I sit that out the way for now, and then I'm just looking about to see if I had some form of sentiment stamper that. Have we got in, do you know what, have we got one in the cracker die? We could, no we don't.
Sure, can I find you
Just-
one?
Just something that's a little sentiment stamp,
I'll
just
have a look.
something that's got something that we can act as maybe like a topper or something. So let's see, I'll probably be able to use that one. We're going to have more than enough. So as well as vellums, just while Becky's having a look, with the vellums, as well as using them as mats and layers, because they're a nice substitute to pattern paper, you can use them in the exact same way that we use our pattern papers. Perfect, that's absolutely spot on, thank you. We can use the happy birthday from one of Sheena's bold butterflies. So we can use your vellum as a substitute to your pattern paper. You can do bands around, belly bands around your cards if you want to. You can do that. But the key thing is it's about hiding the adhesive. Now, what you could do, if you want to stick this straight on, you can do 4 little dots of glue into the corner, and then you can then press that in. Now, the chances are you will see a little darker round shade of that glue. So the key thing to that one is to hide it. So maybe like your gems or pearls in the corner, just over where that darker shadow is. Or it's again, going back to what I was saying before, and that's about hiding it. So let's take our stamping platform here. So if I take this one out here, and let's pop our card on here. I'm going to, whoever's used this has lost that plastic backing. If you've got our new stamping platform, please don't use that plastic backing, because that's when it starts to lose its tack, because all the dust and that just clings to it. So if you've got yours, keep a hold of that plastic backing and stick it over the top when you're not using it.
Okay.
So I'm going to go in here. It doesn't matter where about at the moment, because we will cut it out. So let's take our stamp. Could be a topper if we want to, stamped image if you want to, absolutely anything. So let's ink it up, let's turn that one around, and let's press that in. Now we could of course just go in straight with a guillotine and cut that. As I said before, I know, forgive me, that they're out of stock, but I think it'll be nice if I used the honeycomb, because of course it's the honeysuckle. So if I take, let's go that one there, we'll use that size. I'm going to line that one up. Let's also do a little bit of black and pop that one on. So if I tape these down, I'm going to tape that in here. What I like as well, and this is why I like doing it the way I'm doing it right now, is I love the movement that vellum gives you. So what we will do in the end, the ends, Becky, they're not going to be sealed down. They're still going to be that nice flowing movement, which I like with vellum. So taking another bit of our card, stick that one down. And then if we go in now with our plates, so let's take our plates and then we can then position them on. I'm going to pop my frosted, I'm going to take out my magnetic because these are basic shape dies, so we don't need all that extra pressure, which of course will prolong your plates even more. So even if you're in the habit of flipping and rotating them, when it comes to basic shape dies, start trying to cut without the magnetic shim, because the 9 times out of 10, as Debbie Robinson will tell you often, you don't need all that extra weight from your
It's better to err on the side of caution, isn't it? To use less, and then if it doesn't work, just put it through again.
Run it through again. Just run it through again. So if we then pop, oh, it shouldn't be my daughter, we're going to go with it. Do what's it? They say, do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah.
Let's pop that into place here. So I'm going to get it. There is kind of not necessarily a right and wrong way, but visually it seems a bit more of a peeling on the eyes. So we've now got our sentiment. So if we start to layer these ones up, let's go in with the tape this time. So we're going to layer them up as we would do normally, and then we're going to add that on here. Your vellums, they're also good as a layer for, you know, around your boxes. Maybe a wrap around your boxes.
Oh, that's a nice idea,
or once again, an alternative to the pattern paper, use your vellum to then just secure down. Also good if you do apertures in your card to have a layer of vellum at the back, or shakers if you do shakers. Instead of it just being maybe the white card away at the back, have a nice layer of vellum.
That's a good idea.
And then what will happen, 9 times out of 10, depending on what you put in, whether it's sequence or that's going to bounce off the colour. So this is where the key point that we've been building to here with the vellums, and that is about hiding. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our sentiment where we want it to be. So once I'm happy with where I want it to be, if you find it's still moving, what to do, I usually do this with my dots. I just put a little bit down, get that where I want it to go, and then let's bring in my topper, which can be absolutely anything, and then we're going to pop that where we need it to be. So let's go central, like so. And then what we're going to do, Becky, is if we just take that off again, and then now, can you see I've got that whole surface now that I'm free to put as much adhesive on as I want to, and it's not going to be seen. So I'm going to go in with my tape runner.
So that's where you're going to put the majority to anchor it.
That's
and
it.
The rest of it's just going to, gently hold it.
Gently hold it,
Right.
That's the thing. So we can then bring that into here, and then we can then press that down. So now we've got that free-flowing movement from the vellum, but then of course we've got that is held in place. It's not going to move, it's not going to budge. If you still wanted that kind of, set in stone sort of look with the vellum, so it's not going to move, what you can do, Becky, is if we just take a couple of the smaller ones, I'm going to use my mini for this just because it's quicker. And then if I go in with my folder, now I did have it, didn't I? Because I used it, oh, here we go. So we can take a couple of little coordinating shapes. So in this occasion, it's going to be our honeycomb. I'm just going to do 2 of them, not going to do 4, but we can then pop that in, run it through. This could be black card again, this could be inky card, this could be a bumblebee, this could be a little bit of honeysuckle if you want. But if you did have maybe a bigger layer and it was moving too much and you didn't want it to move, then you can just do exactly the same. So if I pop that into maybe like round about there, let's keep it kind of even, and then come into here like so. We can go up a little bit. Now ideally I would have done all this before I committed to the stick, but of course I'm just showing you in different steps. And then what we can do is even just visually, I can see it straight under there, press that in, turn that around. So if you really wanted to anchor it down, depending on the shape, for instance this one being the hexagon, you could do a couple of hexagons going into each corner to really start to anchor it down. But there you cannot see any adhesive whatsoever because we've hidden where we've popped the adhesive via the form of the sentiment, and also when it comes to the actual hexagon. I'd be inclined to maybe do exactly what I've done there, white with a black matte layer. But it's just to show you, Becky, there is ways and means. So that's either tiny little dots of glue and then covering with maybe gems or pearls, embellishments, something like that, or layer up your sentiment and your toppers first and then turn it over, add your adhesive. So no matter how you look at it, where you look at it from, you're not going to see any adhesive through that vellum.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much for that, Craig. Wendy Macbeth says, would you always use a glue tape pen with vellum rather than liquid glue?
Personal preference. For me, if you're doing it in the corners, I would use a wet glue, because just to try and get a tiny little dot from a tape runner, quite hard, if not nigh impossible. So if you're just doing corners, I would do the dots. If you're doing what I've done there, tape runner or of course glue. It's actually the only thing you need to decide on the glue is if you're doing it in the corners, so it can't be seen with little gems or pearls. Other than that, use whatever adhesive you want, because it won't be seen.
Brilliant, thank you very much. Lots of people are loving the fact that you've shown us something with vellum. Craft with Grace says the vellum is gorgeous. Cat Butt says, I love that use of vellum. Thank you, Craig. Lots of people saying, actually, when we were asking for people to ask what demos they wanted, they were talking about the vellum.
Oh, perfect.
So if you want to copy what Craig has just been doing there, we do have a deal on these 2 packs of vellum for you. You've got 48 sheets in total. One is the honeysuckle one, which you just saw Craig using. The other one is the Day of the Dead. The price for this is $9.99 or £12.99. Platinum price is $7.99 or $10.39. Now it is Fill Your Stapler Day today, so we're having a little competition. You've got your staples here. If you can send in how many you think are in there, you just need to message in the chat and say how many you think are in there. The person that gets closest to the amount that's in there, because we spent all break counting them, will win these 2 Violet Studio 6x6 paper pads. Craig, how many do you reckon are in there?
Funny enough, I was just looking at the other screen just to the side of me here. Whoa.
There's a lot there, isn't there? Nicholas says 72. I'd say there's more than that.
I'm going to say 4,800. 4,800.
4,800. 4,000? Really, that many?
Well,
That's a lot. I suppose. Well, I don't know. Yeah, no idea. Let us know, and whoever wins, it won't be one of us anyway. I have another question for you.
Yeah.
Nicolette says, I love using shaving cream method for my backgrounds.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know offhand if the new liquid watercolours will work with that?
I can't see why not.
Yep.
I can't know. No. No.
I don't know what the shaving foam technique is.
No, they would work, yeah.
What is the shaving foam technique?
See, have you not seen it?
I've not.
Cheap shaving foam, not the gel, the foam. Just get an old tray of some form, and just fill it with the shaving foam. Have we got any shaving foam? We do. So, at some point within this show,
Yeah.
shall we do the shaving foam
please.
technique?
Can you do it with the new colours, the liquid ones?
Should we give it?
Could we try it?
Let's tell you what. Let's see. If you didn't see Countdown to Launch earlier on, we were having a look at the liquid colours that we've got coming up this month that are launching. So let's do that. I can see that there's shaving foam. Is there enough? Oh, plenty. Right, we can get ourselves sorted, and we'll do the shaving foam technique.
Very exciting. And do remember, if you've got any questions, message in. If there's anything you want us to demo, please let us know. We can be quite flexible, as you can see by talking about the shaving foam. The next thing I'm going to show you are the scoreboard. I'm looking for the box one, which is not that one.
It's got loads and loads and loads of lines on it. That one.
That one.
Back. That's it. Yep.
That one. That one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because you see, I don't have an Ultimate Pro, so this is all new for me. So this one is your top score multi-board. Is that right?
Box of other one. That's it.
That one.
No, next one.
That one.
Next one. That's it.
That one. That one. So this is the boxer board that goes on the top of your Ultimate Pro. You'll also get this little guide to help you work out what's going on, which is very useful because I don't have one of these. Well, that's not true. I do have one of these, and I bought it for my mum, so I've just handed it over. My mum keeps saying, I don't know how to use this, and I just said that have a look on YouTube because there's loads and loads of tutorials about how to use it. You get the little booklet in here which gives you some bits and pieces, some ideas about what to do. But the idea is that you use it together with your Ultimate Scoreboard. Does it tell you how to build the chest? I would have thought so. Let's have a quick look. It doesn't actually say, but I'm pretty sure if you Google or have a look on YouTube for the Crafter's Companion, the boxer, you will find all that information in there. So this is £14.99 or $14.95. Platinum price is $11.99 or $11.96. Now the next one I'm going to show you is the top score. So this again, does that go with? You can use that. You can use all of these separately or with the Ultimate Pro, can't you? And this one has got some sort of scalloped edges on here. Again, you're going to be getting a little booklet that shows you how to use this, how to put these things together to make some really amazing cards, boxes, all sorts of other ideas in that. And there's so much information on these, which is why we sort of recommend you have a look at one of the shows that we've done, really sort of going into depth with all these different scoreboards to show you how to do it, because there's a lot of different options here. This is £12.99 or $12.95. Platinum price is £10.39 or $10.36. The next one is this one, which is the normal scoreboard. We don't call it that. This is your everyday scoreboard. So, sorry, Score Master. Looks a bit different to the one that we use because we have a black line in the middle. We put that on. Don't think, when I got mine, I thought, I've got no black line, there's something wrong there, and didn't realise until quite a lot later that that was something you put on yourself. So that idea of being able to work everything out, so you've got one right in the middle. You're going to get your scoring tool on there. One side has got centimetres, one side has got inches on there, but this is like the classic scoreboard here. £12.99 or $12.95. Platinum price is £10.39 or $10.36. The next one we're going to have a look at is this one here. Getting better at this. So these, I am getting better at this, but it's a product I don't have, so I don't know what it looks like. So on here, you've got all of these options to pop your card on there to make all of these different kind of boxes, but you've also got other things in here. So we've really gone to town with every kind of piece of plastic in here, and we've used all of those to put different shapes in them so you can score those onto your projects. So you've got different things in here and different decorations in here. This one here has got little shapes, it's got scrolls in it as well. Really, really useful. I know Debbie Robinson says she uses her Ultimate Pro and all her scoreboards every single day. Once you get used to them and start using them, you will find them invaluable. £12.99 or $12.95. Platinum price is £10.39 or $10.36. The next one we are going to show you is, isn't that? No, I haven't got that one. I haven't got that one. This one here works in the same sort of way. So you've got all of those different shapes to create boxes. You've also got all those other embellishments that you can use, and you can use them for all sorts of different things. So once you've got one of your scoring tools, it's just a case of popping the card over the top and then working your way around. So really, really useful. Again, £12.99, $12.95. Platinum price is £10.39 or $10.38, 38 or 36? 36, 38, 36. You too will be making fabulous cards and boxes in no time at all. The next one, this one. Bag one. So this wasn't the sweet treat one. Sorry. So this one is your multi-bags. Right, so you've got here all those different boxes, bags that you can be putting together. Like I say, you've got all these different scroll effects on here as well. All of those different shapes too, so giving you lots of different options there that you've got there. Again, same price, $12.99, $12.95. Platinum is £10.39 or $10.36. And then this one, it's not nice. This one, this one. Do you know what? It'd be really useful if they had the words on them as to what they are. That would be really handy. Right, this one here, this has got different shapes on it. So you've got a box. You've got a box here with your butterflies and other shapes on here, but on the rear you've got that nesting heart, nesting ovals as well. Again, they work together. You'll find that there's lots of projects in order to use these, but the whole idea being that you can very quickly, very simply put these together with your Ultimate Pro and make loads of different designs. £12.99, $12.95 or $10.39 or £10.39 or $10.36 is your platinum price. Now all of these are on a special deal, 3 for £20 or $20. That is a bargain. I mean, you know, just three for 20. So buy one get one free and the rest. Yeah, buy one get one free plus extra. It doesn't roll off the tongue, does it? Buy one get one free plus the extra. But basically, all of those 3 for £20 or $20. Right. Let's just see if we've got any more questions. Nadia wants to know: can you use a shaving foam technique on vellum?
It depends on the ink.
Okay.
Depends on the ink. If it's a water-based ink, then no, because it'll just run off the surface. If it's an alcohol-based ink, then yes, you can do. So those sort of things still stand as to the materials that's going to go on. A non-porous surface, you can start to use your watercolours, but then anything that is maybe a little bit of a porous surface, your vellum, your acetates, things like that, coated card, the best thing you're going to need to use is something such as an alcohol-based form ink.
Fabulous, thank you very much. If anyone else has got some questions, please do message in, let us know what they are. We're going to continue with the demos, and we're going to do something with shaving foam now that's not shaving.
I am indeed. So for this, I know, forgive me, I know my poppy's on my jacket, but I'm just going to take this off for a moment or two. I would rather have shaving foam on my jumper than I would on my jacket, even though it's a new jumper, but it's only out of primary, so I'm not really bothered. Right, so let's go in. So the key thing here, you need to make sure it's shaving foam. It's not a gel that would then turn into a foam. It's just a white foam and inexpensive. So when it comes to our pearl powders, and I say an inexpensive hairspray, it's the same for this technique here. It's an inexpensive shaving foam. So go into an old container. So I'm just going to go in. Ideally, I would...
You're such a child. If you haven't got any shaving foam, can you make do with squirty cream?
No, it needs to be shaving foam. It needs to be shaving foam. But we're going, sorry, forgive me. I know I'm like 40 next year, but forgive me. I'm a child at heart. I'm going to go, I've got an old spatula here. And what I'm just going to do is just roughly flatten it down. It doesn't need to be completely flat, because the thing that you want is the more kind of texture and lumps and bumps that you've got within the actual shaving foam, then that's going to transfer through onto your cardstock. So let's just start to flatten that out here. And then what we're going to do is, once we've got that to a reasonable sort of form, you know, you want, you know, a little bit of lumpy bumpy, but you still want it on a smoothish level so that you can get a nice evenish layer of your ink. So we're going to go in, let's take the liquid watercolour. So if you didn't see Countdown to Launch, go back afterwards and have a look at these ones. These are our new liquid watercolours. Water-based, not alcohol-based, so we can colour with them, we can paint with them, we can do backgrounds, things such as this. So let's go in with Crimson Orange, because I'm just looking at the colours off the back of the box. So if we're going with a Crimson Orange, because these have all got their own little pipettes in them, so you don't need to worry about decanting it, you don't need to worry about, you know, looking on the auction sites or prime and starting to prime your own little pipettes. You've got that already included. So if we take that one off, and what I'm going to do, so that one is your Crimson Orange. So if we also take, let's go in with the other set, let's use let's use elderberry purple. Yeah, elderberry purple. And we're going to do the same here. Let's just...
Seeing that big thing of shaving foam, doesn't it make you want to have shaving foam on a paper plate and just go into your...
Yes, just don't do that when there's ink on it though.
No.
You just definitely don't want to do that. So let's do, we've got that one, so we've got a lovely purple or fuchsia purple, we've got a lovely orange, and then let's go in with Seaweed Aqua. So that is also one that's not opened yet. So let's open these ones up. The actual outer packaging you can discard, you don't need. The actual lid itself, I would keep that, because that's what's protecting the actual pipette. So we've got now the lid, take that off, and then we've got the pipette that we're just pressing, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to do little dots of the actual ink. So let's go down, and I'm just going to lightly put the lid back on for now. Take the lid off, press that, and then we're just going to go in, and then we're just going to press, like so. And then let's do the other one as well.
It's like you're making marshmallows.
I like marshmallows.
I like marshmallows. Do you like homemade marshmallows?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Yes, you can make them. Yeah, Jamie, they're a bit fiddly to make marshmallows, but then I think they're nicer than shop-bought marshmallows.
Now, the standard goes, Becky, that if you use colours that can go a little bit dark and a little bit muddy, so just be careful when you're choosing colours. So maybe going for a couple there, which if you really start to ink through, they can get a little bit muddy. But if I go in with a bit of, you can use watercolour card, you can use white card, it's up to yourself. But if we go in here and then press all that in and then lift that up. So before I scrape that excess off, let's keep going. So we're just going to press that in, and then we're going to lift. Gets even better.
It looks like, you know, the sprinkles you get on a cake.
Yep. Mount board. So we've got mount board here. And then if you find that's going a bit flat, just start to give that a wake. And then we can go back again and then just press that down and then lift. And then if you want to go back again, just keep lifting it up until you're happy. And then once we can then move that out the way, and then this is usually the bit that I really like because it's really, really satisfying. Take something with a longer, smooth edge, i.e. a ruler.
Yeah.
A ruler's the best thing to do that with. Let me grab my ruler here. It's jammed in, bear with, here we go. So we can then just grab one end and scrape all that off. And then if we just scrape that off.
And it doesn't go all smeary?
Nope, doesn't smear at all. I'm just putting that back in there. And then if we take the other one and then press that one in. And then
brilliant.
do the same. Move that one out the way. Let's go in and just take that excess. So I got a little bit of smearing on that last one because I didn't take that excess off. And then if we bring this one and then do the same here. And then of course I could keep going back in and dabbing that and dabbing that and dabbing that. And then you can get a really coating. So the further you fill with pools of water, the bigger that they're going to be. If you want to spritz them a little bit, that you can do to really start to have them expand. Let's just do that. Just very, very quickly. Let's go in here. If I take just a little bit of water.
So that doesn't dissolve the shaving foam or anything?
Well, no, because it's water-based. Because it's water-based, it's not going to do anything other than just kind of wake it slightly.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to go straight in here with a white bit of card, and it's going to look completely different. The more you use it, of course, the finer the bits they are going to be. If I then tap that one, let's turn that one around. How cool
That's so brilliant.
is that? How smart is that?
Yeah.
So can you imagine using that for your background, your scrapbook pages? So to start with, the thicker the pools, that's the effect that you're going to get. That is because I hadn't scraped all that excess. So scrape it off each time you go and scrape, although it still looks fab, onto things such as your mount board. And then even as you're starting to get to the end of it, just give it a light spritz. But you can see I've still got loads. I could get another few impressions out of that, Becky. But yeah, such a great fun technique. It's a messy technique, but it's a fun technique to do, and that's just have fun with your inks, of course. If you go into things such as your alcohol-based inks, which of course alcohol-based inks, do be careful if you've got them because they will stain, but it means then, Becky, you can go into vellums, you can go into acetates, you can go onto all these non-porous surface.
Fantastic, that's brilliant. Loads of people loving this. Melanie G says, I love doing this technique. Cindy Smith says, I love this technique. I use the little Spectrum Noir sparkle ink pots. Sarah says, wow, I have never seen this before. How awesome is this? I'm just as impressed because I've not seen it before. Samantha says, hello everyone, wishing you, everyone a happy Monday and wishing me a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Samantha.
Happy
what are you
birthday.
doing? You're having fun? Have you got a Crafter's Companion voucher that you're going to be using? Let us know. We were talking about bathrooms earlier, and because
we've got a bathroom pick.
Yeah, we have got a bathroom
Yes.
pick because we were talking about in our green room. Craig has framed pictures of the amazing flamingos, which he's also got in his bathroom. So that started the whole thing. We should send in photographs of our bathrooms and put them in the green room, just for fun. It's only us that go in there. So we've asked you to send pictures of your bathrooms. We have one. This is from Hilary. Oh, look at your bathroom. Look how small that is.
Nice.
That's lovely.
Very nice.
Well, I like. Is that a screen in the corner? I love a screen. That's quite nice, isn't
Very
it?
nice, yeah. See
I
if
like
see if the big bosses just happen to be tuning in right now and going,
Yeah.
what's he got a picture of? Toilet and bathroom. Craig's got shaving foam all over. He's got bathroom pictures coming in.
Well, you know, it's an interesting thing to look at. I like bathrooms, like bathrooms and kitchens. I always think if you go to a restaurant and they have a really nice bathroom, I always think that's a really big plus, personally.
Yeah.
You think Nando's have a nice bathroom? So do Wetherspoons. They're just a long way away.
Talking about bathrooms, you ever been to a Wetherspoon's bathroom?
Yeah.
You have to walk for miles just to get to the... You're up, down, you're up, down, you're in... Did you?
I did
Sorry.
just say that. This is what happens. Craig just doesn't listen to me. We're going to give you an opportunity to check out your baskets, and I'm going to go over there, berate him, and perhaps put that big container of shaving foam all over his head. See you in a minute. Bye.
Come in, check my emails, then lay the shows out in the studio, set pack shots up. Then I will get new polls, pick shows, solve any problems that need solving. We deal with other teams where we receive marketing suites, we receive boards. We pick samples to send to Hobby Maker. We pick samples to send to QVC. We will take the previous shows out of the studios, set the new shows up. We do floor manage occasionally, not all the time, making sure that the craft expert presenters have everything at hand that they need. Anything that they haven't got during shows, we will run about and get the products for them. Think on a morning when it's really quiet, I can get more done when there's nobody else in the building. Night owl. Morning. Coffee on a morning, tea the rest of the day. Savoury. Normally lunchtime. Craft along. Mobile phone. Christina's chicken wrap. Barry White, you're my first, my last, my everything. Go home and make the tea.
Day to day looks like, on a normal day when I'm working from home, get up, breakfast, quick phone call with my daughter, and then I'm up in the craft room and I spend all my time in the craft room. If it's spending a day with the grandkids, that's it. That's my best part of the day, just spending time with family and those gorgeous little grandkids of mine. The best part of the day when I'm at work is when I go on air, because I absolutely love it. Both. I prefer a shower in the morning. I feel fresher. I feel that I can tackle my day. However, depending on how that day's been, I also would have a double shower, so I'd have one in the morning and one at night too. Absolutely, 100% coffee. Will always be coffee. And flavoured coffee is my favourite at the moment. Dare I say, it's a full English breakfast, the full works, the beans, the tomatoes, the bacon, the sausage, and everything else that goes with a traditional English breakfast. Craft along. Every day of the week. I absolutely love going through the stages from the start of a project to the end of a project. So craft along is definitely my favourite choice. I can't leave without my lipstick. It's a given thing. I once didn't have a lipstick on me and Leanne helped me out that day. Kick off the shoes, sit down for a couple of minutes, just gather my thoughts and then grab my tea.
Hello everybody, welcome back. Now it is, what's the actual term? Fill your stapler day. And because of that, we are celebrating by having a little competition. In this glass jar or glass cup, we have lots of staples. We'd like you to guess how many we've got there. The person that's the closest will win these 2 Violet Studios little pads in here. They're 6x6 paper pads. So let us know how many you think are in there. There's quite a lot, is all I'm going to say. I wouldn't like to judge how many are in there. Quite a lot. They're not sweets, they are actual proper staples, and we're going to try and do a little bit of a competition later on between myself and Craig. Do bear in mind it is a National Candy Day today. So National Candy Day, what is your favourite type of candy or sweets? Let us know in the comments as well, because that's always nice to see. I know our Craig loves white chocolate. That's his favourite. He doesn't like milk chocolate. I don't know what my favourite candy would be.
Do you know what mines are at the moment?
What is it?
Haribo strawberries.
Oh yeah, I like this. I like the tooth feel of those. They're quite chewy.
The what ones?
I like the tooth feel.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I like the fact that they're quite chewy.
The other ones I like just now, they're in like a blue bag. I think it's Maynard's that do it. It's the fizzy fishes.
Fizzy fish. Oh, I do love a fizzy fish.
Oh, I do it, but they're not fizzy.
Oh no, I don't really like.
Oh, see, I do. I like tart fizzy.
I can't. I can't be doing with that. No, definitely not. I think my favourite. I'm going to say actually, Jamie gave me some chocolate on Friday, and it was white chocolate Biscoff chocolate. Oh my goodness me, that is
good?
Absolutely delicious. That is really good.
The other night on Big Brother, they were all fighting over a jar of Biscoff
spread. A crunchy or smooth?
Sorry?
Crunchy or smooth?
I don't know what they were fighting over.
Oh my goodness, it's so delicious. I really like it on a big spoon, just hiding in my larder away from everyone that would judge me.
We have it in our cupboards, but no, you have it in your larder.
My larder.
Larder.
It's just a big cupboard, basically. Do I eat Biscoff spread when I'm staring at the slide? No, because I'm lying down, I'd probably choke. But let us know. Let us get your vote in as to how much you've got here, so you can win those little paper pads. But also let us know, what's your favourite candy? In the gallery, what's your favourite kind of candy or confectionery? Jamie's the Biscoff chocolate, yep, like me. White chocolate, yep. Nicola? Nicola doesn't know. You don't get...
Wow.
Nicola, you get... I don't really know what to say to that.
No, neither do I.
Yeah, let us know. Ruth, we're talking about bathrooms as well. Ruth Miser says, my bathroom has got my resin-related craft supplies in it. Picture, please. I want to start my resin making. I've got all the stuff and not actually started using it yet. Christine says, hello. Hi from Altoona. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. In Pennsylvania, love the shaving foam technique. Yes, it's messy but effective. I must attempt using a cookie sheet. I'm really loving that effect because I've never seen it before. I've heard people talk about it. I didn't really know what they were talking about. I thought they were a little bit crazy talking about shaving foam at work. But, you know, each to their own. But that is an amazing technique. Julie Palmer says, my favourite chocolate is a Caramac. I love a Caramac. I love
Caramac. They stopped making them, didn't they?
Have they?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
so my corner shop that still sells them, they're just really old stock.
They must be really old stock. Yeah, they must be really old stock.
Oh, that's a shame. Was it a very small company that does them?
Yeah, but then was it Nestle or Cadbury's took them over?
Right.
And I can't remember the reasoning. I'm not sure if it was the cost or, of course, they needed the factory space to make bigger chocolate bars in the range.
But Cadbury's have got something, was it that caramel?
Caramel.
Is it similar? I've not tasted it.
I think it's meant to be similar, but you can taste a big difference from caramel to the Caramac, yeah.
As it does. Jane Adams says, I like chocolate kisses or peanut butter cups. I like peanut butter cups too. Sandra says, I like peanut butter Reese cups or sponge candy. What's sponge candy? Never heard of that.
Candy? No, I've not.
Bubble and Squeak says bonbons and licorice. My daughter, I saw her, she went for a run and she was very tall and thin. And she was all dressed in black, and I said she looked like a stick of licorice because she literally, you know, everything was black and skinny. So that's what she was looking like. But this time of year, they bring out some really cool stuff for Christmas, don't they? There's always some nice confectionery dotted about, so it's always a good time to do. Right, this time of year for my special Christmas papers. We just loved these, didn't we? When they first came out, all the special papers in these fantastic boxes here. It is absolutely beautiful. This one is all the Christmassy Christmas in here. Now, if I open this up and show you, there are so many in here. I can't remember how many pages altogether. There was something like 240.
230 or something, is it?
Yeah, 230, 240. We're going to check for sure for you. These are uncoated. These are 12 by 12. I'm going to give this a little bit of a flick so you can see the colours, the designs you've got in here, because they are beautiful. You've got all sorts of different ones from 240. You're right, Craig. You've got all sorts of different designs in here from lots and lots of different collections. You've got ones from collections that you've seen before, but there will be some in here that you've not seen before. Lots of things, different designs that you could be using for any of your card making, but also for your scrapbooking as well. So you've got some larger designs on there. That is just half of it. I'll show you the, well, not even half, you're right, it's probably a third. Half. Are you taking the mickey about me saying half?
That shows the other half of it. Come on, Jeeves, show us the other half. Tell her how.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what's rattled your cage today, Craig.
Hurry up and show us
It
the
wasn't
other
me.
half of it.
Yes, half. Yeah, half
That's
of
not how
your...
you said it.
I'm not going to bother coming in here anymore because everyone's been horrid. Look at those. They're beautiful designs in here. They smell good as well. They
They don't
come
half,
in that...
do they?
Pardon?
They don't half smell good, do they?
They're absolutely lovely. Really wonderful here. I'm speechless. I'm just talking.
Talking now, Eve.
Goodness
Talking while
sake.
there's half of the pads.
There you've got all of these different designs in here. I'm just keeping going on. Love the little scripts that you've got in here. You've got those very traditional kind of designs, Christmassy designs, as well as things that are more modern. Really, really pretty. There is something in here for everyone, and you will see some of the favourite collections that we've had in the past. It is a fantastic price. £39.99 or $49.99. Platinum price is $31.99 or $39.99. These are lovely, Craig. What can you do with them without taking the mickey about the way I speak?
Well, we can have a look at half of them, and let's pick one of the designs, but I need the two sheets because you get two of each. So you pick, Becky.
Oh, you want me to do some work now
Yes,
for
I
you
do,
while
yes.
you're being horrid?
Because what we're going to do is the little gift bag that I make, let's make a larger one. So within the show, we've got a lovely small little Diddy gift bag, and then we've got a larger one as well. Thank you very much. So what we've got here, this is also a good way to show the way to score them, so that if you have a design like we've got here, the last thing that we want is we don't want the gift bag looking like that, but on the other side, it ends up looking like that because we've scored it the wrong ways. Pardon you. So what we're going to do, let's focus on this one to start with, and we're going to do our let's do our 3-inch. So we're going to score at 3-inch, and I'm going to do that lightly and a few times. Now, of course, we could come in 3-inch from the side if you're using a smaller scoreboard, but I do just find it easier just to flip over and also score at 3-inch. So we're then, if I turn that the right way, I've scored at 3-inch, and then I've then come along and technically I've scored at 9-inch. If you don't have a large scoreboard, just flip it over as I done a moment ago and score at the 3. So that's 3-inch, that's 9-inch. So along the bottom, let's turn that around, and we're also going to score that at 3-inch. So we're just going to score, and then we're going to go back to facing the right way, and then along the top, what we're going to do is we're going to score that at, let's do 1-inch. So let's score that at 1-inch, like so. We're then going to bring in the other one, and we're going to do exactly the same again. Now, this is the bottom that we've scored. So it's key that we do it in the exact same way on the other side here. So we're going to bring that in, and then we're going to do 3-inch. So it's scored lightly and a few times. We're then going to score at the 9-inch. If you don't have a large scoreboard, just flip it around and score at the 3-inch. We're going to go along the bottom, and then we're going to score at the 3-inch. So if you take this whole box of pattern papers, and of course for all of them you've got 2 sheets. You need 2 sheets to create a gift bag. If we just finish this top one here at the 1 inch, if you can imagine your Christmas tree filled along the bottom of all, or surrounded of all these handmade gift bags that you've created, small and then large, and you've got loads and loads of little gifts. In actual fact, I think I might attempt to do that this year, depending of course on the size of the gifts that I've bought for people. But I think that would be quite nice, a nice way to use your paper pads. So we're going to fold along our score lines. So let's bring these in. I'm just going to lightly press, and then I'm just going to fold with my fingers before we come along with our bone folder. So fold in like so, press down, and then we're going to go along the top. Let's open that up, and then we're going to go along the top. We're just going to prise in like so, fold along, and then let's open. And then we're going to repeat that once again. So all the score lines that we've done. Tell you what I'll do with this one here. Let's do a little score line. So we've got something like a little gusset. I'm just going to rescore that one because I think I didn't quite score it accurately. So let's go all the way down. There we go. And then there we are. Let's just fold that one over. Bring that down, making sure it's neat and straight. And then we're going to fold along the bottom. So nothing different from the other one that we've done at this point. Press down, open up. And then if we then form along that, I like to lift them up to start with so I can see where my score line is. Open, and then that final one, let's just work our way along, gently pinching, and then there we go. We've got our 2 panels which are exactly the same. So saying a moment ago, say you do want a little bit of a score line. What we're going to do here is, so if we imagine we've got our 6-inch panel, so that's our first score line at the 6-inch. So half of that is going to be 1.5. So if we come into 1.5, and then just roughly, you can be accurate if you want, but I'm just eyeballing it, just roughly about 1 inch up from the bottom of our score line, I'm going to stop. Let's then come along. I'm actually finding it easier to flip. Actually, I won't. Let's do it that way just to show you. So at that one, we've got our 9-inch here, so we're going to go to that halfway point, which is going to be 10.5, and then we're going to score to roughly about 1 inch up from the bottom. So that's going to give us our score line down the centre. That's going to give us a bit of a gusset as well. And then we're going to repeat that. You could be more accurate if you want to use a ruler so you're exactly 1 inch away from that bottom line, although it doesn't really matter. Again, we're going to score down. And then what we can then do, move that one out of the way. We don't need to fold or burnish them just now. We've got our 2 sheets exactly the same, scored in exactly the same way, no difference. So what we're going to do within this first one, we're going to chop out that little square. I'm going to turn it over. It's easier for me to see, and actually it's a bit easier for you to see with the score line. So we're just going to chop that one out, and then we're going to chop that one out, like so. Use or keep these because these are great to use as gift tags with the gift bags, coordinated gift tags. So if we pop that one out, and then again, we're just going to then have a look so that we can see that score line. Press that one down. And then let's go into the other one. Let's bring this one in, and we're going to do what we've done earlier on. So instead of taking out that whole square, what we're just going to do is we're just going to cut up to an angle, so a little bit to the left and the right of the score line down the centre, and we're going to chop that out. Going to do that one, and then we're going to do that one. So by the end, the actual gift bag will be 6-inch in width, and then it will be 8 in height. So the gift bag will be 6-inch by 8-inch. So you're
Okay.
going to get a nice, you know, sizable gift in there.
Yeah.
So we're going to then go in with our tape runners. So let's get our straight tape runner again. And then this is where we're going to overlap. So the way that I like to do it, Becky, is the one that we've taken the little chunks out, I like to stick that over that flat because that's a perfect rectangle. So that's going to be nice and even when we turn it around.
Oh, right, good idea.
Alternatively, what will happen, if you stick it like that, you know, I know not a lot of people are going to be looking at the base,
Yeah.
but you're left with those angles there and you can see a little bit of overhang. So it just looks a little bit nicer to put the little bit that's got the chunks cut out. So we're going to add our tape down and then that's going to overlay. I find it easier though doing it this way. So we're just going to then lay that over the top. We want to make sure that these are pretty much parallel. Use your glass mat as a helping aid. And then once we've got that into place, we're going to press down. So we're going to press down into there. And then what we can then do is let's go into our 2 glue tabs here. And I don't know if you noticed, when I made the mini gift tag, or the mini gift bag, sorry.
Yeah.
Did you notice that I didn't, that inside flap, I didn't glue down? And that's because, you know, when you go into the little luxurious shops, the little boutique shops with the gift bags, you've got that nice, neat overhang. They're never glued down. Because what you can do is, although you can see there, I've got the knots from my ribbon. If you tie that before you fold it over, you're not going to see the knots of the ribbon.
Yeah.
So I don't tend to glue them down. If I put glue on that one, nope. So let's just add our tape on all the way round. It's a gift bag at home, a little bit more time. I would tend to use a wet glue, but our tape runners will absolutely do the job. So we're just going to then turn this around so that we are essentially going to be starting to create a box. It's that same formation as a box. So we're going to turn that around, do that 90-degree corner, and we're going to meet up. We're going to then take this next one, turn it around, and then that's then going to meet up also and press in. So we're just going to hold that down, and then we're going to press. I'm just going to fold them in just now, and then we're just going to pinch, and then I'm just going to fold this while it's lying down. We're going to then fold in, and then fold in, and then what we can do is that's going to overlap into place. So onto here, let's add our tape runner down, all the way down along. If you want to glue those tape or those little tabs down, of course you can. It's entirely up to yourself, but you don't need to. It gives you that little look of high end that you see within the little gift bags when it comes to the little boutique stores. So work that one round. Just turning it around to make it a little bit easier for me to pull down with, along the bottom to secure it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to then line that one up. So I'm going to turn that, so we're going to go into the corner just here. So once we're in that corner, we can then start to then move and position that one in, like so. I'm going to press down with my hand, and then we can then lock over. So that one went that way. We're going to lock over and we're going to do exactly what we've done before. Meet that up. Let's press that down, turn that around, and then press. And because we've got that little score gusset down the centre there, it just gives it that little bit extra formation within the gift bag. We can open it up, and then this time, let's be a little bit neater here when we punch the holes. So I'm going to turn them just on their side so I can see against my glass mat. So you've got 6 inch, so it's 6 inch in width there. So if I go, let's say 2 inch in, and then 2 inch in, and then let's see if my hole punch will go all the way through. So let's work and then carefully prise that in. This is such an old paper
If you
punch.
don't have a hole punch, would any of our punches work? You know, like little heart punches, would they go through?
Yeah, absolutely they would. You just need to keep in mind that's going to be, although they're small punches, it's still a large punch when it comes to, you know, the standard
Yeah.
of an actual hole for your gift bags. But yeah, of course you could. You would just have to do probably a blinking big knot to stop it from falling through. But yeah, of course you can. Or if you've just got a hole punch, you can do that. Or the other thing you could do, Becky, if you're careful, is if you bring in your stamping mat, and I always say, what am I way to do here? So if you use it, I like to use mine to shape my flowers, but turn it over and do it on the bottom. Don't ever shape anything or punch anything in the centre, because you're going to create an indent and that's going to affect any future stamping. So always turn it over and go into the far bottom corner. And then if you take, and a good one for this is the pushy tool from your pickup tool, your wax one. So if I see, where did I have my, did it flip over? Nope. Where did I put my little pencil mark? Let me go back here and see where I went. So that was 2 inch in, 2 inch in. There we go, see it. So just go into the corner, making sure my gift bag is aligned, and then just press down. And then that's a nice alternative. You will just need to give it a little bit of a wiggle. Or if you've got a hole punch, as in a hole punch for going into a binder, you can use that. So if I bring that in, I'm not going to feed ribbons or that through just now, but then there we go. You can see we have got our gift bag 9x6, and the little square tabs that came out, we can use them as little gift tags. So can you imagine with a Christmas tree, showing you the way, look at that, the robin is facing the same direction. So all your score lines, certainly the top and the bottom, make sure they're exactly the same on both sheets. Then that means that the direction of the image is going to stay exactly the same. So you've got your 9x6 or your 4x3. So you've got your 4x3 and then your 8x6, sorry.
Fantastic.
8x6.
That's so cool, really like that. So that's just one of the things you can make with this box of my special papers. Really hefty, there's lots of papers in here, 240, they're single-sided, 12x12 uncoated cardstock. All of the different designs that you could possibly imagine here. £39.99, $49.99. Platinum price is $31.99 or $39.99. Loads of people have been messaging in about chocolates and sweets that they like. Janice says she likes Galaxy Fruit and Nut, but she can't find it anymore. We've got lots of people liking Haribos. Lots of people, everyone loves a Haribo. Paul Point Times 4 says, I do have the Christmas box. I've been doing most of my cards out of it this year. And Nicolette says, this has been the best masterclass ever. Thank you, Craig, Becky, and all the CCTV team. And Pat says, these 6x8 bags will be fantastic for those cards I miss to measure when I'm trying to do a 5x7. I think that happens to us all. Can I say who the winner is? So, how many staples did you guess, Craig? You said, did you say 4,800?
What was it, 4,800, I think I said?
Yeah, that's very close. It was actually 4,700.
You're joking me.
No. No.
No, hand on heart, God is my witness, I did not, no, I swear on Clemens' life, I did not know.
4,000, I'm thinking, oh, please don't get it right.
No.
4,700, and we got somebody who got it spot on.
Really?
Yep. Crystal Hodges, well done. Please, that's impressive. Did you screenshot it and then count them? Or did you just guess? This is what we want to know. Maybe you knew, maybe you're like, oh, I've got one of those at home. Exactly that same kind of thing filled with staples.
Why I kind of went with my guess?
Yeah.
Standard.
Yeah.
Staples are 5,000 in a box, is standard.
Oh, so you just thought, probably taken a few out.
So educated guess. Yeah.
Well, impressive. As things go, Craig, you're good at guessing.
I am.
So if you can, Crystal, if you can email in at ctvprizes@crafterscompanion.co.uk. That's ctvprizes@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and that's Crystal Hodges. You will have these two lovely 6x6 paper pads winging their way to you. Right, the next thing I'm going to show you is some linen cardstock that we've got on the show. This is ideal for Craig because Craig loves the linen cardstock. It's his favourite product. This first one is your Thankful and Blessed. So you've got all of those really pretty autumnal colours. You've got that lovely deep green with the yellows, oranges and the russets. and the browns. The next one I've got is your Halloween one. So this is a vintage Halloween. So you've got the purple, the dark, very dark midnight blue, that kind of Frankenstein kind of green, as well as the orange and the burgundy and the craft cheese slice colour. And this one is your Myths and Legends with those beautiful turquoises in there as well. It's all really good quality linen cardstock. And the final one is your Age of Elegance. Beautiful pastel colours in here, as well as some deep pinks and blues. The price for all four of these is just £29.98 or $39.90. Platinum price is £23.98 or $31.92. Craig, why do you love linen cardstock so much?
I love the texture. It's not too much when it comes to that textured look that you've got. You've got that fabric feel, that fabric look, faux fabric look, hence why it's called linen cardstock. But it adds that little bit of tactile to whether it's your boxes, whether it's your cards, whether it's your mats and layers, whether it's your projects, of course. So instead of just having that smooth cardstock, just having that little bit of tactile, instead of it being like a hammered card page, it's really quite embossed and it's quite kind of bumpy, so to speak. With the linen cardstock, you can stamp onto it, you can foil onto it, you can print onto it. Now, depending on what it is that you're doing, because you've got that linen feel, you might see just tiny, tiny little gaps, so that could add to that effect. But of course, you've still got that tactile feel within the linen. What we'd always say, whenever you're buying linen cardstock out of a collection, like within this one there, please ignore the fact it's from Myths and Legend. Please ignore the fact that it's called, of course, your Age of Elegance, as well as the Halloween one. Take the title out. They're just key, beautiful colours, bright colours, dark colours, pastel colours for you to use throughout. So the name is always irrelevant. It's just, of course, it originally came from the collection. If, of course, you've still got the collection or you're running out of card, brilliant way to stock up. But the fact is you've just got your A4 card, beautiful. I think it's around about 20 odd sheets, I think, in each 2, 4, 6, 8, 24, yeah. Around about 24 within each one of your A4 in size. So you can also create your card blanks with it. I would still stabilise it with a few mats and layers, but whether you're going to die cut with it, die cut's an absolute dream. Maybe you're going to use it with your embossing folder, it's an absolute dream as well. Run it through. Now, it's not like our coordination cardstock that we've just recently launched in the 12 by 12, but you can emboss it and give it a light sand back to get a really light coloured white look throughout. But yeah, I just love the linen cardstock. As many of you guys know, just having that slight little tactile feel, that linen effect without it be too overpowering when it comes to your cards or your projects, Becky.
Fantastic, and a great price as well. So all four of these are going to be coming to you for £29.98 or $39.90. Platinum is £23.98 or $31.92. Remember also we've got that firework flash sale on the website. So lots of deals on anything glittery, sparkly, metallic. It's like a dream come true for me, and that covers all sorts of different products, so do have a look there. There's also 30% off assorted ink pads and up to 70% off embossing folders as well, so absolutely key. Now, if you missed the show earlier today, it was Countdown to Launch, and we were showing you a snapshot of all the fantastic launches that we've got coming up next month. And as we did show you, if you're concerned that you might miss out on something, have a look at the website, go to Crafters TV, select Shop the Show for that show earlier on, and there will be an option there for you to put in your email address so you can be notified when those launches go live. So never again will you miss out on getting hold of the launches that are coming up. Craig, it's been a fantastic day. I really enjoyed my day with you. I've learned lots about shaving foam.
I bet you have, yes, I bet you have indeed. Well, it's been lovely to see you, because you're just here for the day today, aren't you?
I am, yes. I'm shooting off tomorrow because I'm helping Sarah on QVC tomorrow.
So we're all doing different things. I thought Ben was just off for the day. Ben's off all week having a little holiday. So it's Debbie Robinson's in tomorrow.
It is, yeah.
Debbie's going to be on that side there, so it's going to be me and Debbie. We've got a craft vault, so we've got some epic deals there. What I would say, don't worry, don't fear. I will still be doing technique demos throughout that show. And then when it comes to later on, it's a launch party, which is now we really start to look at a lot of the things that launch throughout birthday and have a really, really good play. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And in between that, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be pre-recording my weekend of craft alongs for this weekend coming. So
Can you give us any sneaky peeks as to what you might be doing?
Yes, I will do. I'll just try and remind myself which one it is I am filming tomorrow, because we've got a couple. It is the 3D star box die.
Oh.
That's the one that's going to be coming on Saturday, I think, but
Lovely.
definitely this weekend.
I
Anyway.
saw that in the green room, didn't I?
Did you see that
I did
in the
see
green
that,
room?
yeah.
Yes.
I did have a sneaky look, because I looked at it and thought maybe it's filled with chocolates for me, but it wasn't.
I'm trying to think, Becky. So that one, yeah, so there's that one, which is Saturday. And then the next one I'm filming is the stained glass window and the nest and dies, which will
Ooh.
be on Sunday.
Fantastic. Looking forward to seeing all of those. It's been great. Lots of information that we've passed to you all. And do take advantage when we do a show. If you're brand new, you've never watched this before, because we're live and interactive, it's the opportunity for you to message in when you've got a question. So don't sort of hang in the shadows wondering what on earth we're talking about when we talk about mats and layers. Just ask the question. I do hope you've enjoyed today. I've enjoyed being here. Thank you very much for the time, and thank you very much to all the rest of the crew that's been here today, and also to Christina, who made me a slice of cake. That's always nice for me to have when I get home. Thank you, Christina.
Love that. I always forget about Christina.
Well, it's always nice to have a piece of cake when I get here. I'm always delighted when I see a bit of cake.
Yeah.
Have a lovely evening. Enjoy your cake. Whoever's enjoying their birthday, we'll see you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Toodles.